paths and anything, that you have
yes.
to use another material.
Yes, another
In
material.
the Victorians, they didn't have that. They had, when they did a lot of work,
Yes.
when they had, coal fires, and then they had big furnaces, like the one they had at Lewis, which is long gone now. They used to build, make metal and everything they wanted, where they had a byproduct.
Yes.
Well, they could do what they like, but those byproducts are not around now. In other words, they use that.
Yes.
And they make these big blocks for building.
Yes.
Which is insulating blocks.
Insulating blocks. Yes, I saw that once.
Behind the brickwork. Which insulates the house.
Yes.
And of course, the demand for that, it doesn't necessarily have to come from Britain. It can come from around the world.
Yes.
But what it means is there's nothing to put clinker on the path because you have to use other materials.
Yes.
So anybody wants something on the path maybe have to find another material.
Yes.
But I'm going back to Parkside.
Yes.
A lot of the houses were old coke and coal, what they used on the fire.
Yes.
And the rest of it was made to make the paths, which were generally made up with bricks.
Yes.
Which they used to have brick paths. That's why I said that. You'll see a little bit round the part of the house there.
Yes.
And what they mean is that's all there were. And then you had the wooden trellises.
Yes, trellises.
And sometimes you could get angle irons, you could get bits of steel, and you made your own garden ornaments and things in general.
Yes.
But today they use whatever material comes up, really.
Yes, so I don't know, they come with material.
What it means is,
yes.
In the back of Parkside, there's a perfectly flat area. Well,
yes.
In those days, they used to go. There were several sports.
Yes.
And what they did, you can play golf, can do it, and they made paths or sections that look like lawns.
Lawns, yes.
They look like lawns, but they're not. What you do, you cut them down and you can use them for bowling.
Yes.
You can use that. And when I'm saying at the end of the day, if you look at the back of the house,
yes,
you'll see like a flat piece.
Okay, yes.
And what they did, they could go bowling, they could do anything, and that was their sport.
Yes.
But today, of course, that's all changed over. We've got a different system now.
Yes.
But this is a typical house of that period. So council owned this typical house.
Yes.
There's very few of it. I think there's another one down at Nutfield, very similar, we call South Nutfield. Eh?
Yes, and Nutfield.
The house next door, and the story goes that we got caught one day, me and trying to think his name now. Anyway, a group of us, and they said, they were private houses and these were council houses.
Yes.
So he said, I don't want to look at them. So in the end, we had to go down on a vehicle and a trailer and go round to get these big pot plants. Big
plants, yes.
Big trees.
Yes.
And what they did, could get, it sounds laughable, they were so big.
Yes.
We can only get one on the trailer.
Oh, they were heavy.
Time.
Yes.
And what it was, trying to think his name now, he was a Pat, yeah, and Pat, this other Pat, anyway, and what he said, so he had to go down and bring it back while we dug the holes, and the holes, I'm not joking, were up past my waist.
Yes, very...
And all it, because the private houses and the public houses
yes.
wouldn't get on.
Oh,
so what he done, he said, well, I'll have a line of trees, and I like to go down there one day and have a look and see how far these trees are.
Yes.
They must be massive now.
Yes, heavy. So
I'm talking about big trees, because when I went down a place,
yes,
which somebody trims them up, there's a big line up near Upper Walham Station, which used to be the coal hole.
All right, yes.
The coal place. And I planted the trees. Last I saw them, they were about out here.
Yes.
And nearly up to the roof level.
Yes.
And I thought, God, the same bloody trees that when I planted. But there are around. And I
Yes.
thought, well, how big as these ones down at South Nutfield?
Oh, start.
And the council still owns part of the land and the private land, see?
Yes.
And what the private side said, we don't want any trouble with the council side.
Yes.
So the council had to pay for the trees.
Oh, the council have to pay for the trees.
I'm
Yes.
not joking. And what's happened since now, I don't know.
Oh, well, the council will cut the trees or whatever they have.
I know,
I don't know.
But the joke of them, they were massive. I mean, just
Yes.
talking about the trees, the base was around like that.
Yes.
And much of we could get on the trailer.
Yes.
So you had to go down. I don't know where you must have gone to go down and get the trees.
Oh,
So the council paid for that.
yes.
And there's me and the other one up to our waist, digging holes.
The holes. All right, cool. They pay you good money for that.
Like you said, at the end of the day, you just got on with the job.
Yes.
But I've never had anything like that job since.
Yes. Work is good.
I mean,
Yes.
at the end of the day, there was another place where I had to go around and patch up the cricket pitch, and the only things I found of interest, it was like bloody concrete.
Yes.
And he said they're going to play cricket, and I said, what you been doing all the winter then?
Oh,
And it was a bit of argument on both sides.
but you were playing cricket.
And what they wanted to play cricket. The ground was like concrete.
Yes, very heavy.
This was in the middle of the summer,
Yes.
and what they couldn't find, and got no water.
Yes.
So you can guess what the ground was like. It
No.
was like chucking water on concrete.
Okay, yes.
And the governor was at the time, and I looked at it and I said, this old ground should have been done in the winter months, not in the cricket season.
Yes.
And I thought, my father taught me something when I just left, when I was about 12.
Yes.
And he said, the first thing, you got to get the preparation right, long before the season starts.
Yes.
So what they did, Roy, I think in the end he packed up, in the end. And he said, Fred, we haven't got the materials.
Oh.
He said, well, how can you expect to play cricket?
Yes.
You want the ground to look good and firm.
Yes.
But what happened is when there was no proper drainage,
Oh.
so what happened is the water, it just either stood there or it didn't go at all.
Yes.
And I thought, well, that's silly. And the grass couldn't get the grass up. They played cricket, it might as well played on bricks if they like.
Oh. Well, they have
It was
to.
ideal.
They have to be dry. The thing on the grass.
In other words, had you got the drainage right, have you got it?
Yes.
All that preparation, you should do that
Yes.
in the winter months.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then when the cricket season starts,
Yes.
you've only got a general preparation.
Yes.
We know it's got to be firm, and there was a stuff that you put round the wicket called marl, M-A-R-L.
Yes.
And they used to buy it a lot in Nottingham. It
Yes.
come from Nottinghamshire.
Nottingham.
Probably
Nottinghamshire.
that's why cricket was so popular.
Yes. They play cricket here on the park
Yeah, but what it
in
means,
summer. Yes.
what it means is basically that cricket was, you've heard the famous crickets, but a lot of them were, Nottingham played, and each county played its own cricket, but Nottingham had a lot
Yes.
of materials. And what it is, the stuff called marl, and what the marl does,
What they
it's
do
a special
now?
clay that when it gets too dry,
Yes.
it binds the stuff together.
Okay. The client binds stuff together.
In other words,
Yes.
it settles it, and it's a type of clay that when it gets too together, you get a big gap comes up.
Yes.
And what the marl does is tends to hold it and settle it.
Yes.
So it doesn't have too big a crack.
All
In
right.
other words, it keeps it firm, but
Yes.
at the same time, and everything run around the cricket. And
Oh.
in the old days, all the measurements were actually done by the cricket pitch.
By the cricket pitch. Yes.
And there's what they call the round.
Around.
And there's only several places which it's called it's half rounders, and that's where cricket got its name.
Ah.
and
Cricket
there's
round.
only one where you play on the round.
Yes.
But in a lot of places, they don't show the round,
Yes.
but you play. It's like a game of. It's like 2 or 3 things, and that's how cricket got its popularity.
Yes.
But like you said, if the conditions ain't done right first, it doesn't give it chance for the grass and everything to settle.
Yes.
And what they've done recently, they've given it up. In other words, there isn't any cricket in Whiteleaf now.
Yes. No what lift. No more
There
cricket
used to
over
be
there.
cricket,
Yes.
and they play another thing. But like you said, I don't think there's any cricket in Caterham
Whiteleaf.
because they can't get the players.
Yes. Oh, in Caterham. They cannot get the players in Caterham.
Yeah,